Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you how to make a fabulous but super easy gingerbread bundt cake with a delicious rum-spiked cream cheese frosting, glaze, whatever you want to call it. That is going to be so perfect and so amazing for your holiday table. No matter what you're celebrating throughout the season, it could be your actual big holiday meal, a get-together throughout the month of December, whatever, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, this is fabulous. It is so easy. Everyone I know loves gingerbread, and it is just infused with the scent of the season. So let me run you through the list of ingredients because it's really short and sweet, but I'm telling you it's the best cake in the entire planet. You'll need lots of all-purpose flour. For your spices, you will need ginger, cinnamon, allspice, cloves, baking soda, salt, eggs, regular sugar, brown sugar, sour cream, milk, molasses, vanilla, orange, and butter. And we're gonna rock and roll. So easy and simple. I've got the oven preheated to 350. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to cream together the butter with both kinds of sugar. Now this is a really sweet, heavy, dense cake. It's not gonna be a light and fluffy cake. It's gonna be a dense, kind of a coffee cake. It is gonna be amazing. I'm going to just do this with my handheld whisk, and I'm gonna cream this together until it's really nice and smooth for a couple of minutes. That is great. You can see it's almost fluffy, and that is what I want. Now I'm going to add the molasses, the eggs, the vanilla, and the orange zest. The orange zest with those spices, with the molasses, as it bakes, it is Christmas in a cake. Fabulous. Absolutely amazing. So let's just grate some of that in. This is a really small orange, so I'm going to do the whole thing, but you can do a half of an orange if you don't want it as overpowering, or if you don't want an orange at all, you can omit it. Or gingerbread and lemon are like best friends. It's like me and carbs. We go together hand in hand. So you can always swap out the orange for a little bit of a brighter, stronger citrusy lemon, and it would be delicious. Get that in there. Perfect. Get a good splash of vanilla. I want a good tablespoon or so in here. And then we're going to go in a little bit more because it is the festive season. Look at those vanilla beans. That's the perk of making your own vanilla extract. And then you need your eggs and your molasses. When you are going to measure out molasses, make sure you spray your container with some nonstick spray so that it comes out really easily. See, it doesn't really stick a lot. Otherwise, it would be a disaster to get this out. But you see how it kind of just came right out? That's what you want. All right, now I'm going to just mix this for a couple of minutes or until it's all really well combined. That's gorgeous. All right, going to have to give this a good scrape with a spatula. Now at this point, it might start to look like it's curdled or it's splitting. Normal, do not panic, it is fine. What we're going to do is add pretty much everything else in pretty much at the same time. I'm just going to add my sour cream now and mix it in for a second just until it's a little bit combined because it's a little thicker. But then we'll add the milk and the dry ingredients at once and then blend it all, mix it all, and then it'll be the best cake batter ever. Just mixing the spices and the salt and the baking soda just really quickly so that there are no lumps of spices anywhere. I'm going to add that in along with the milk, and I know the bowl is really full at this point, but that's normal. So we're going to go ahead and add the milk, and then we're going to mix it for one last time. Don't overmix it at this point, otherwise it'll be really dense. Well, otherwise it's going to just develop too much gluten in the flour. So just take your time and start mixing. That is magnificent looking, isn't it? It's like, it looks like mousse, like gingerbread mousse, which, note to self, for next season, I need to come up with a gingerbread mousse recipe. All right, I'm just gonna pour this into my bundt pan. Kind of make it as easy as possible myself, but it's kind of difficult because the bowl is heavy, but I want to get it all out. And this is going to go into my oven and cook for about an hour, maybe a little bit longer. You just want to keep an eye on it because it's a lot of batter and it's a pretty thick, dense cake. So just keep an eye on that, and then we'll let it cool and then make our glaze, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. My cake has cooled completely. It's beautiful and it smells incredible. Now, after about an hour, I turned my oven down to 325 because I still needed a little bit more cooking, and my oven down here is a little bit hotter than my regular oven in my regular kitchen. So you have to kind of adjust after an hour. If you feel like the edges are getting too hard and a little too cooked, then just adjust your heat level and bring it down to 325. Keep in mind, every oven varies, so you just want to keep an eye on that after about an hour or so that you don't undercook it or overcook it. So let's get going on making the cream cheese glaze, which is so easy and simple, but you have to have cream cheese glaze with gingerbread. You just have to. So in my large bowl, I have got powdered sugar, I got a little bit of butter, and the cream cheese, both of which are at room temperature. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of rum to this. You don't have to, but you know, it is the holiday season, and a spiky rum with the gingerbread on point. And I'm also going to add just a small splash of vanilla, and I'm going to use a handheld whisk, electric whisk, to blend everything together and get it really nice and smooth and lovely, and I will show you what it looks like when it is there. That is beautiful. I just need to add a little bit of milk now just to get it to a more runny consistency, but don't add too much because you don't want this to run off so much that it's just going to sort of sit at the bottom of your bowl. A couple tablespoons, and then we'll kind of check, and if I need to add a little bit more, and then I'll add just a little bit more, but then I'll show you what it looks like. That is done and looking gorge. And then I'm just going to take my spoon, and I just kind of, you just let it drip. You let it do its thing. I don't want it to get too thin because I want it to kind of sit on the cake. Go ahead and just spread that all over the top. I just sprinkle a little powdered sugar over the top on the sides. Gotta have a little snowfall. And then I like red and green sprinkles and a little gold sugar, edible gold sugar. Of course, you could top this with some cranberries, like sugared cranberries if you want to, but I think that this, look at that, just screams beautiful Christmas. That is just a work of art, I tell you, a work of art that I am going to just go right into. Ooh. It's a little spicy. Let's go. Oh, yeah, buddy. That is what I want right there. That tender crumb. Lovely and spongy. That cream cheese, it has got my name written all over it. It is so beautiful because although dense, it's also moist. You know when the crumb kind of holds together? Fantastic. Oh, gorgeously spiced. The cream cheese is like a cherry on the sundae. Worthy of being on your holiday table, I promise. LauraInTheKitchen.com has got the written recipe for you. I really hope you've enjoyed spending time with me. This is going to get embarrassing, so I will see you next time. Bye.